Well, it really started at the beginning because I think I knew from my earliest remembrance that I was kind of a miracle of being here. I was born 3 months early and didn't breathe for 10 minutes. My mother was told I'd never be a normal functioning kid. So what that led to was the belief that there was a creator God. So most of my life was in search of, I believe that he created me for a purpose. I just don't know what the purpose is. That led to a lot of actions, some of which were appropriate, some of which were not appropriate, all through high school and college, ultimately leading to a bike trip where I was going to set the Lord up and assumed he would strike me somewhere around the Rockies and reveal himself and his purpose for my life, to which he didn't, which led to a little resentment and anger at God. But in God's, I think, in his gentleness and love for me, he used a reporter who was a believer to come and write about my trip and introduce me to Christ my sophomore year in college. So even though I'm now a believer in Christ, I'm doing the same things. My behavior changed a little bit because my circumstances changed. I got married, but I'm a good person, you know. And I tell the truth at work. I go on missions trips. I'm working in my church. But half the people at work didn't know I was a Christian. Ultimately, it was empty. You know, there were these thoughts of, well, I wish I'd done that. I wish it's kind of boring. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's not overly exciting. The pinnacle of what I thought was the ultimate for me as a businessman was to have my own business and to be successful in that business, to which I started in Winston-Salem in 2002. It really was as I start reading through the Bible, I start realizing some of the things that I've held to be true and I've worked towards were not what was important to God. And really, through some miraculous situations, the Lord enabled me to get out of the building material business before the economy died and moved me into what my passion was, which was a ministry of sharing the gospel in hard-to-reach places or in places where most people don't go. When I was in college, I wanted to work for the CIA, but they wouldn't have me because of some of my poor decisions in the past. And lo and behold, now I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm really doing that at God's calling, and I'm doing exactly what I thought I wanted to do for the government. I'm doing it for God, the King of the universe. Coming into a relationship with Christ has really fulfilled the desires of my heart. Sometimes it's hard because the desires that I'd built around me that I thought were legitimate desires, some of those have been taken away. Not really my desire to take them away, but the excitement, the joy, and really the fulfillment that I have felt since I really understood and came into that relationship and said, all right, Lord, whatever it is, all the rest of this I'm willing to give up, and come to that. It's been incredible. It's been exciting, fulfilling, and again, everything on the table, I'd absolutely do it again.